Tonight on Cronkite News, U.S. Senate members vote on ending the war in Iran. What politicians from both sides of the aisles are saying about the proposal.
Plus, a former jail here in Arizona could be turned into an ICE detention center. We'll talk to members of that community about the plans.
And ASU is set to face Arizona in the Women's Big 12 tournament. How the team is preparing to face their rival. Good evening and welcome to Cronkite News. I'm Eric Matsumoto.
And I'm Marina Majalet. Thank you for joining us.
We begin tonight with the vote on President Donald Trump's decision to go to war with Iran.
Late tonight, Senate Republicans voted down an effort to stop the war. The War Powers resolution failed 47-53. The legislation would have given lawmakers a chance to require congressional approval before additional attacks can be carried out. Before the vote, politicians on both sides of the aisle came out for and against the proposal.
The president has a responsibility to make the case to the American people as to the justification for this war, but has provided no evidence that there was an imminent threat to the American people here or abroad.
We're not at war right now. We're 4 days in to a very specific, clear mission, an Operation Epic Fury.
Tonight's vote fell along mostly party lines and come as the conflict stretched into another day with no end in sight.
4 days in, we have only just begun to fight.
Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth spoke earlier today on the war.
Secretary Hegseth also said that U.S. fallen troops will be avenged. Take a look.
Much was made of the volume of missiles Iran was able to shoot in the first few days. And sadly, as we projected, a few got through and killed 6 of our best, who will hopefully arrive home soon. We will avenge them, no doubt.
He also said the U.S. sank an Iranian warship, the first sinking of an enemy vessel since World War II. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security is gearing up to dramatically expand immigration detention centers around the country, including here in Arizona.
They are planning a new facility in Surprise, and in the last week, ICE published their intent to purchase a prison in Marana. Cronkite News reporter Abby Jurek visited the town to learn more about the center and what it means to community members.
ICE told me they plan to have an average of 100,000 detainees in detention centers every day. That's more than twice as many as there were a year ago, according to research from Syracuse University. Now they've confirmed plans to revamp the prison in Marana, Arizona, to house hundreds more. The abandoned, quiet campus of the Marana prison could soon be filled with inmates once again.
It was in 2025 when the state put it up for sale.
The facility once held 500 inmates, but now ICE projects it could hold 775 immigrants awaiting trial or deportation. Marana town manager Terry Rosema says he expects minor renovations.
They're anticipating that'll take them roughly 90 days. So in 90 days, you're not going to do major construction.
But the size and management of the facility have raised questions for community members, including those who say adding detention centers is not the answer to illegal immigration.
Okay, this is our position paper that we wrote.
Pima County resident Mary Romer co-founded Pima Resists ICE, or PRICE, that aims to prevent the prison from becoming an immigration detention center.
It is horrendous. And we are putting children in these places. Children. This is wrong.
ICE said in an email it does not comment on specific contracts, but that it is, quote, working rapidly to remove these aliens from detention centers to their final destination, home. Others tell me they support this move and support locking up criminals rather than making them walk amongst us within our community. However, as of February 7th, researchers from Syracuse University found 73.6% of current immigrant detainees have no criminal convictions. There's a lot of non-criminals and just, people who are here illegally but also have not committed any crimes. What is your response to that?
So my response as the town manager is that's not our business.
People shouldn't have to live like this that are seeking a safe place to live and to support their families.
The town remains divided, some relieved and some upset, but all are seeking answers.
As the contract is not yet final, it is unclear when ICE may move in and start taking detainees. In the newsroom, Abby Jurek, Cronkite News.
Thanks, Abby. Now to a new report on the ESA voucher program.
New records released by the Arizona Attorney General's office reveal an audit found 20% of purchases through the program shouldn't have been made in the first place. The report finds Arizonans have spent millions of dollars on purchases not in the program's guidelines. ESA funds are supposed to be spent on items like school supplies. However, records found funds were used on purchases like video game equipment, coffee machines, and dog training. Arizona's Superintendent of Public Instruction, Tom Horn, previously told TV station KPNX that most of the spending was, quote, just mistakes. Horn oversees a large portion of the ESA program. A school that traditionally helped refugee and immigrant families is facing some challenges.
Cronkite News reporter Tyler Mitchell tells us what is changing and how this will look for the Alhambra district.
The walls around the school carry messages of their past mission, helping students navigate a new language in a new country to later pursue higher levels of education. At the board meeting, one of the Alhambra parents said,
"At our last public hearing on school closures, we heard from former Proud students from Valencia, who are now studying at Brophy and ASU. That is proof of Valencia's success."
The Valencia Newcomer School has helped many different immigrant and refugee families in search of education for their children.
You cannot serve in this community and not intersect with the Valencia Newcomer School. You cannot not know about them. Like they just, they're a shining star.
But the shining star is dimming, as the Valencia Newcomer School is experiencing decreased enrollment rates and fewer families in the neighborhood.
The data was showing that if we kept it open longer, it was not going to be good for the district financially. But then I know the community, just neighboring schools, they have such a strong impact, and so we had to balance that decision very carefully.
By the end of this school year, the Valencia Newcomer School will be no more, but any resources regarding immigrant and refugee communities will be located at the newly consolidated Choice Learning Academy and Westwood Elementary campus.
We're not going anywhere. It's going to look a little bit different, but we need it to look a little bit different in order to adjust to the amount of students that we have at the current moment.
Valencia will finish the rest of this school year. Some faculty members still have full functioning classrooms, while others have already packed up to move on. In Phoenix, Tyler Mitchell, Cronkite News.
The Valencia Newcomer School was established in 2018 to serve refugee and immigrant children. Traditionally, the school has enrolled about 140 to 157 students each year.
Coming up next, elections are fast approaching here in Arizona.
And ASU students are using new technology to help improve the election process.
What we're trying to do is to give these elections officials a better understanding of AI and help them figure out how they can use AI to improve their processes.
We'll meet one team who is developing a chatbot designed to answer election-related questions coming up on Cronkite News.
Plus, traveling for spring break, we'll tell you what to and what not to bring. Your weather forecast coming up next.
Into those early morning lows, we're up north.
Trail runs about a mile long and not only features different textures and terrain.
65 to 63 after Florida's defense stopped it.
The scientists and engineers that support the next mission to Mars could be in this class.
Getting a degree at ASU is a journey that can take you anywhere. Into a world of groundbreaking technology and renowned award-winning faculty. Professors who help you to impact the world. Whether you're on campus or at home, becoming your best starts with learning from the best.
If you have ever been scrolling online and come across weight loss ads, they may have been AI.
And fake. Attorney General Chris Mays is warning consumers about growing scams that target people with AI weight loss ads. Mays says, quote, AI is making it easier than ever for scammers to create convincing fake ads and videos. She adds her office recently joined other attorney generals urging Meta to enforce its AI policies on Instagram and Facebook. She hopes to take down the false ads.
The midterm elections are still months away, but at Arizona State University, some students are already using new technology to improve elections. Cronkite News reporter Ashley Aros tells us how the newest technology will impact the next elections.
Problems are piling up.
The what, the who, and your approach.
And these people are here to solve them.
What we're trying to do is to give these elections officials a better understanding of AI and help them figure out how they can use AI to improve their processes.
Bill Gates was an election official for Maricopa County and said rumors and misinformation stuck with him.
It was very difficult for me to see these good people with integrity be attacked, be accused of rigging an election.
Now he's helping with the ASU AI Election Hackathon.
Students here are getting the opportunity to meet with election officials and brainstorm tools using AI for future elections.
Nathan Shaman and his team worked on creating a chatbot. It's meant to answer election-related questions using secure, unbiased sources in any language.
The hope is that it will make more people go out and vote. It will make voting more accessible to people who previously hadn't voted before.
Maricopa County election official Brittany Johnson says this generation is crucial for upcoming elections.
The younger generation is the people that we're speaking to. They are the ones that are more vocal, more in tune with what's going on in the world. So they are going to be what's influencing everything that we do moving forward.
Using artificial intelligence, students came up with tools to help fight misinformation, make information easier to understand, and make the election process run more smoothly.
It kind of pushes me to actually solve a problem and to make a solution because the problem is so relevant to today. And the fact that we have the technology to be able to solve it makes it ever so more important to me.
In hopes their tools can help solve or stop future election problems. In Phoenix, Ashley Aros, Cronkite News.
The work of students may be part of the pilot project for the fall midterm elections. The hassle of tax season might come with big reward for some Americans this year. Tax breaks could lead to returns for you this year if you haven't had any significant life changes. It's all due to tax credits established in the Big Beautiful Bill. As of February 20th, the IRS reports that nearly 29 million people have received their refunds. The average return was $3,800. Southwest is once again changing their boarding process.
Shortly after the rollout of their new system, the airline received complaints about a lack of overhead bin space. In an email to customers, Southwest says it is refining the boarding process to allow for more space for overhead compartments. The company will also upgrade the size of its bins to accommodate passengers. Aside from the complaints, the airline said it believes the new process is going well overall.
And United Airlines is picking a side when it comes to etiquette. The air carrier just instituted a new rule that requires all passengers to wear headphones when playing audio from a device like your phone. As you may know, some people prefer to watch movies or TikTok with their phones on full blast. But according to the new rules, if you do that on a United flight, you could get a permanent ban. The new rule is listed in the company's contract of carriage, which was updated a few days ago. United lists the rule as a safety issue for everyone on board. Taking a flight to your spring break destination, you'll need headphones and maybe some short sleeves.
Alex DaCosta joins us now from the Cronkite Weather Center with our forecast.
Thanks, guys. Welcome to the Cronkite Weather Report. It's a beautiful day out, so let's take a look at this evening's planner. Starting at 81 at 6 p.m. and then going down to 69 by 10 p.m. So make sure you throw on a coat if you're taking your dog out. Going on to the low temps of tomorrow morning. 15 degrees up in Grand Canyon and 35 in Sedona. But then right here in Phoenix, we're sitting at a 50 degrees. In Tucson, not far behind with 40 and 44 in Gila Bend. But going on to our high temps of tomorrow. Looks like Grand Canyon's at 48 and then Flag's at 51. So if you're looking to catch a hike, make sure you get down to the Red Rocks in Sedona because they're sitting at a nice 64. And then right here in the valley, we're still at that 80. Looks like Tucson and Gila Bend are right there with us. Let's go on to the 8-day forecast. So for our high above average of the month, it looks like we are sitting at a nice 83 and 79 for Thursday and Friday with clear skies, and Saturday a little bit cloudy, but just in time for ASU's spring break. It looks like it is beautiful and sunny out for the remaining of the week. We are way above that low average for the month, and it's the perfect time to close those laptops, go hit the golf course, go catch a hike, sit by the pool with your friends. From the Cronkite Weather Report, Alex DaCosta.
Thanks, Alex. Coming up next, ASU men's basketball had an impressive win last night, upsetting Kansas in a surprising turn of events.
Still, this win does not answer the many questions surrounding head coach Bobby Hurley's future.
I really believe this is who they are, and we lost our way for a few weeks and had a hard time winning some games in a very difficult league, but we picked ourselves off the mat.
Will Hurley go out on a high? Coming up on Cronkite News.
You meet so many new people who are on different communities. And when you do that, you're able to network not only, but also get to engage, talk to people, and make life friends.
I think that definitely surprised me, the community that I would find, because I wasn't really expecting it.
Freedom.
Friendly. Nice. I'd say cozy.
Welcome into the Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Justin Lacertosa. Thank you for joining us. It was quite the scene in Tempe last night as ASU pulled off a massive upset win against number 14 Kansas, but it may have marked the beginning of the end for head coach Bobby Hurley and what was possibly his final home game as the head coach of Arizona State. Our Ryan Pazesic made it out to Tempe to catch all the action.
It was pandemonium in Tempe last night as fans stormed the court in celebration of ASU taking down 14th-ranked Kansas in front of a packed crowd at Desert Financial Arena.
I knew I was going to get some court stormers, though, this year. I knew that for sure. We was going to get some court stormers. I don't know. It's indescribable. I'm super happy. I'm super happy.
Seniors Mo Odom, Pig Johnson, and Alan McCabe were honored during pregame and soaked in the moment of their final home game at ASU. But it may have also marked the final home game for head coach Bobby Hurley, who said this game wasn't just about him, but the character of his players.
I really believe this is who they are, and we lost our way for a few weeks and had a hard time winning some games in a very difficult league, but we picked ourselves off the mat.
We felt like it was just another game. And I really don't care what nobody say. If Hurley could be here extra years, I expect him to be an extra year, so it wasn't no, this is coach's last home game. I want to keep winning so coach don't go nowhere, because that's my coach.
From the jump, ASU came out with a vengeance. The Sun Devils were up 20 points at the half and held top NBA prospect Darren Peterson to only 2 points. Despite a second half run by the Jayhawks, ASU held on for the win.
No one thought we could win any games, basically, and they've, I think, proven a lot of people wrong. We're not perfect. We're far from perfect, and we do some crazy things sometimes, and we don't always get every rebound, but they're they're going to lay it all out on the line, and I think that's what sports is about.
And it may be the last impression Hurley makes in front of the home crowd. In Tempe, Ryan Posesnik, Cronkite News.
Now I gotta say, if that's Hurley's last home game at ASU, what a way for him to go out. The Sun Devils have one final regular season game remaining, and the road won't get any easier. They'll play host to number 6 Iowa State on Saturday, and then the Big 12 tournament begins on March 10th. But let's stay on the hardwood for a second. We're less than a month away from the women's Final Four right here in the Valley. Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallegos celebrated the news alongside an all-star cast. This is the city's first time hosting the tournament. It will be the first host in the West since 2012. The games will take place at Mortgage Matchup Center from April 3rd to April 5th. But let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet. The road to March Madness starts with the conference tournaments. ASU and Arizona are playing today in the first round of the Big 12 tournament. The game in Kansas City marks the first postseason Territorial Cup matchup since 2018. ASU beat Arizona twice in the regular season and shouldn't have an issue making it thrice today. Sun Devil head coach Molly Miller has a lot of respect for the rivalry with Arizona and her counterpart in Tucson.
There's definitely pride when you play a team in the same state, you know, and you have that will and you have that pride and you have that intensity. And so Arizona State-Arizona rivalry is one of the best there is. I know Becky, obviously, from the mid-major days, and here we are, both a mid-major coach, now getting our first P4 season under our belts. And she's kind of wired the same, you know, those former players, competitiveness, tough nose, gritty, and her team plays like that. So I have a lot of respect when I watch game film. When you say, oh, that team's coached well because they play hard, that's a testament to what she does.
If ASU gets the win today, they'll look forward to number 7 Iowa State in tomorrow's second round. The Arizona online gambling safety grade is officially out, and let's just say, I hope your report card looks better than this one. Arizona got a letter D grade from the Center for Addiction Science, Policy and Research, ranking 27 out of all 50 states. Factors that played into that score include availability of sports gambling apps, lack of addiction prevention protection, and how operators can offer bets to people demonstrating addictive behaviors. Basketball legend Diana Taurasi is set to be honored for her incredible 20-year career this August. One of the WNBA's most recognizable figures will be inducted into the Phoenix Mercury Ring of Honor. Taurasi is the WNBA's all-time leading scorer, 2009 League MVP, 11-time All-Star, 3-time champ, and the only basketball player ever to win 6 Olympic gold medals. That right there is one heck of a resume. Her signature number 3 jersey will also be retired during the ceremony, which will take place on August 16th. That's going to do it for tonight's Cronkite Sports Report. I'm Justin Lasser-Tosta. Thank you guys for joining us. Now back to Eric and Raina at the desk.
Thanks, Justin. Coming up, Taylor Swift fans just hit a new milestone.
The label Taylor Swift fans use for themselves is getting some official recognition. The nickname millions of her fans use is now making its way into the dictionary.
So many new people who are on different communities, and when you do that, you're able to network not only, but also get to engage, talk to people, and make life friends.
I think that definitely surprised me, the community that I would find, because I wasn't really expecting it.
Freedom.
Friendly.
Nice. I'd say cozy.
Cronkite can be creative.
Welcome back. Taylor Swift fans are finally getting some official recognition.
Being a Swiftie is going to become legit. The term Swiftie is now part of Dictionary.com online's dictionary. The site defines it as a fan of Taylor Swift's music. Swift trademarked the word back in 2017 and has used it on merchandise for years. Dictionary.com says it frequently adds new terms like this to show how language and pop culture continue to evolve.
Comedian Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias now has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The honor was unveiled on Tuesday. Fans and fellow entertainers gathered to celebrate the comedian, known for his storytelling style and sold-out comedy shows around the world. That's it for tonight's edition of Cronkite News. I'm Eric Matsumoto.
And I'm Raina Majulay. Thank you for joining us.
And to see top Arizona stories anytime, log on to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.